Okay, so what is up people? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everyone is doing good. Like always, welcome back to another stream. If you are new to the stream, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. It does really help out the channel. Make sure you are checking out the Telegram channel as well. I post my trade setups, watch list, videos I create, so feel free to go and check that out if you haven't done already. Links in the description to that. If you are looking for a broker, I do have my affiliate link to IC Markets at the top of the chat there. Feel free to check them out if you are indeed looking for a broker. But yeah guys, welcome back to another stream. Announcements. Not too much movement in the market. Yes, the markets did see a reaction, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. We do have some more news today as well. I believe at 1:30 London time. So in about 3.5 hours. Let me just go and double check that before I give you guys some false information, but it probably is 1:30. So yeah, 1:30 UK time. So yeah, 3.5 hours from now, 3 hours and 20 minutes. We have PPI for dollar. So yeah, do you have some more news coming out? And obviously Friday, not much on Friday. We do have some retail sales there as well, to be honest. But yeah, we do have some more news today. So could be some more fireworks coming out shortly. So again, make sure you are aware of that, especially on the lower time frames. Good morning, Anis. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Welcome back. Falco, what is up? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back to another stream. Saddam, what is up? Hope you're doing good. Orion, what's up? Hope you're doing good. We have some strong setups on Euro Yen and Euro AUD. Okay, let me go take a look. Saddam, gold 2050, 2060. Yeah, gold is pushing. It looks like gold could be looking to push back to those highs. We'll go over gold shortly. Sanjay, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Rab D, what is up? Good morning, good morning. Hope you're well too. Still waiting for a decent setup on pound USD. Yeah, pound USD looks like it's taking some initiative and finally breaking to the upside. So we'll go and take a look at pound USD in detail, because quite a few people have been asking about pound USD over the past few days. It's been a very critical area, but I do think a setup is likely to come pretty soon for pound USD. If not by the end of the week, probably early next week. So yeah, we'll go over pound USD as well. Morning Brian, welcome to the stream. Morning Omar, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good. Morning Moch, welcome to the stream as always. Okay, so let me take a look at Euro Yen and Euro AUD. Orion saying he's seeing some setups on them. I suppose, are they buy setups or sell setups? Let me know what you're looking to do with them. With Euro Yen, we have a strong possibility price is looking to push back into the highs here at 148. So Euro Yen, the way I see it, we've still got a bit more upside for this one. Back into that daily resistance, which is still about just under 90 pips-ish, around that kind of ballpark. I do think we've got a little more upside into 148, 147, 500 into these highs. So the setups I would be seeing for Euro Yen is if you can get some good pullbacks for this one. You know, retest these highs here. That'll be a very, very nice place to go long. Get a retest the 145, 500 and get the continuation back to highs. We've got some good confidence around that area there as well, connecting the higher lows, 1, 2, potentially 3, and a retest of that structure there as well. So the way I see it, Euro Yen most likely is going to head to the upside. It might be coming up to some areas where it could look to retrace. It's a little bit exhausted, the price action, so we might be coming up to some retracement, but that's not really for me to call. I'm looking at the buy setups there for Euro Yen, pullbacks, continuations into that daily high. And if we zoom out, look at the bigger picture, on the higher time frames, you can see the weekly, they're still trending to the upside as well. Very, very corrective, but we are still placing the higher lows in, and now the market's breaking through some significant structure on the daily and the 4H. The chance of us coming back into that resistance is pretty high. So yeah, any down move you see, any meaningful down move into an area of confluence, most likely will just provide us a good opportunity to catch that next higher low and trade it to the upside. So yeah, the way I see Euro Yen, I'm only looking at longs for this one. But I'm interested to see what you're looking at for them. And I'll take a look at Euro AUD, another Euro pair. Euro has been fairly strong. So yeah, Euro AUD still to the upside as well. This one has created some new highs similar to Euro Yen. Is now pushing back into the resistance here on the left on the higher time frames weekly, to be a bit more specific. So we might be seeing some retracement shortly for Euro Yen. Obviously, I mean Euro AUD, obviously we could potentially break through, but longing into that level probably is not the best bet. So longs still do look good for Euro AUD, but you do want to see the market at least make a down move, you know, come a lot, retrace away from that area. There's some nice support around here with that big wick. You can see we grabbed some liquidity with that wick, and this wick kind of started that move to the upside. We could come back and retest the same area, got some good confidence with the trend line, and simply trade it back to where we came from, into 1.64, into that higher time frame level. So yeah, the way I look at Euro AUD is that buys do look good for this one, but we do want to see some downside first. I wouldn't be looking to buy, anywhere in here. I know we do have a little bit of a channel going on here. If I whip out the old trend line tool, you can see the market is kind of correctly moving to the upside. I know people will be looking to buy and sell within here, which is obviously in the low time frames, it does make sense, don't get me wrong. But we've got that massive weekly level there running through the market, which will always favor the sellers. Market might still break through, of course, but do you want to be the trader that tries to anticipate the breakthrough at a big level like that? Or would you want to be looking to get in at a much safer place further away from the level? Again, this trade could still fail, so nothing's 100%, but it's just a much safer place to get involved for the buys. So yeah, I'm with you with Euro AUD if you're looking for buys, and Euro Yen if you're looking for buys as well. Shorts, I understand why people may be looking for some shorts because the market's quite extended. It might be seeing some room to retrace, but the way I look to trade, I always be looking to follow momentum rather than try and anticipate the reversal of it. So yeah, Euro Yen for me, 145.500 looks like a good place to buy. And Euro AUD, if you can see a deeper retracement to 1.62, I do probably think we can get some good confirmations there to take it back up into 1.64 into that same resistance. So the way I look at both of them is only for buying opportunities. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense for those pairs. We'll take a look at gold next and pound USD as well. Okay, so yeah, you're looking for buys for both. Yeah, so those are the setups I'll be interested in for Euro AUD and Euro Yen in terms of the buys. But yeah, they both look like solid buy setups, high time frames in confluence with the lower time frames as well. Just want to see some retracement for both of them pretty much. Hopefully we can get some Euro weakness from somewhere. But yeah, with some retracement, I do think there's a little bit more room to the upside for both of them. So yeah, gold, pound USD, we'll take a look at next. Andreas, what is up? Hope you're doing good. Winfred, what's up? Pound USD, yeah, we'll take a look at pound USD shortly. Miko, both analysis matched. Nice. Always nice to get some confluence with other people's thoughts. So yeah, they do look good. Just need to be patient and wait for those retracements to come through. That's part of the game. That's half of it. And then we have to wait for the entries to take them. But yeah, I do like both of them opportunities. They look good. And I do see more upside for both of them. But retracement is first. Anyway, we'll take a look at gold. So gold, last time it's a gold was pushing back to highs. Is it creating some new highs? Not quite just yet. We've got the highs at 2031, 2032. So yeah, it looks like gold is probably going to go break through those highs very soon. Whether it does it now or does it through PPI or does it after PPI, I'm suspecting price is most likely going to push through those highs and continue higher. We've obviously got the all-time highs for gold around 2075, 2076 coming into this area here. So that's still the main target for gold, all the way up to those highs there, around 2075. And yeah, the way I see it for gold is that if you're looking to trade this one, you just want to be looking for pullbacks, higher lows, and looking to anticipate more upside, basically, because that's the direction of pretty much all time frames, all the way to high as the monthly. We're seeing some momentum down to 4H hourly, and even lower, we're seeing bullish momentum as well. So yeah. Gold, in my eyes, there's only room for more upside. Yesterday, we were talking about a retest of this level here. I said it would be a nice area to go long from, but obviously we had the news, so it's always going to be a little bit sketchy. You can see with the wicks, up and down there, definitely would have taken out a few traders there. Obviously, originally nice buy to the upside, but the market came straight back down. Gold is a very, very volatile market, so even if you were successful, catching the buys early on from the level, if you didn't take your profit or didn't hit your TP or whatever, that's taking you right out the trade in the next candle, whether break even or as a stop loss probably. So yeah, that's why it's always tricky trading news, even though you may have got the direction correctly. Trade news is always going to be that kind of whipsaw action. Well, not always, but a lot of the time there's that whipsaw action, especially with markets like gold, where it does its job taking out buyers down here and sellers up here. So any stop losses up here would have been taken out. Any stop losses underneath here would have been taken out as well. So even though the direction was pretty clear to us, we were talking about buys yesterday. Doesn't matter if you were buying or selling. It did its job trying to take out people Maybe some people did take profit come to the highs, and if they did, you know, they did secure some high profit there. But on another day, that wick there could happen first and then the move. So that's why it's always tricky trading the news. But again, the technicals still kind of played out anyway. You know, we're expecting to see continuation to the upside for gold here on the lower time frames. And as you can see, we did see that continuation to the upside from the exact level. Again, I was speaking yesterday about sometimes how, well, a lot of the time how fundamentals do line up with technicals. You know, if you can understand technicals well, you know, 60-70% of the time, fundamentals normally play out the same direction as the technicals would do. So, which is why it's a big, which is why it's quite tempting to trade the technicals when the news is coming out, because you anticipate the news to give you that momentum in your direction. But you know, those wicks there can take you out of the trade prematurely, and then it can rally in your direction, which is always why it's a little bit dangerous, and obviously slippage as well. But yeah, gold, the way I see it, is more upside. You're talking about 2050, 2060, so that's around these areas. Yeah, I would expect the market to hit those areas and beyond. We've got 2075, which are the all-time highs. That's what I'd be expecting gold to come into next. In terms of next places to go long, I'm still going to keep an eye on this support level here. Highly unlikely we do see a move into that level, but I will keep an eye on it because that is definitely my area of interest. On the lower time frames, I'm not really seeing much apart from maybe a retest of the consolidation here. We are still printing these higher lows, so I do like the price action here for gold. Potentially, if you can see another retracement into consolidation, next higher low, could see the next push phase there to the upside, back into 2032 and probably some new highs. So if you are looking to trade gold on the lower time frames, I'd say keep an eye out for this area here. There is some good confluence around that, but yeah, we do need to see some retracement. You don't want to be buying the market up here just after it's taken out some highs down the left. It's not a smart place to be looking to buy the market. But yeah, in terms of direction for me, gold, you know, clear buys for this one. So on the lower time frames, keep an eye on 2017 around that consolidation area. 4H, you know, this is my area of interest, 1982, but yeah, probably not going to hit that level there. So your best bet is drop to low time frames to trade gold. But be careful because we are quite close to the highs, and obviously we do have PPI coming out shortly as well, which again could do the exact same thing as yesterday, give us some wicks both direction, take out people's stop losses, and then we see the move. So it could be a smart decision to wait for news to happen and then look to enter your trades after. Most of the time it is. Okay, so I hope that made sense on gold. We'll take a look at pound USD, couple requests for that one. So yeah, pound USD, I'm starting to look at this one a lot more as well. Euro USD, we'll take a look as well. Eric, what is up? Thoughts on USJPY? Okay, we'll take a look as well. USJPY, I'm actually starting to look at a lot more now, so we'll go into detail about that one yet, into that one. But yeah, pound USD starting to break through the highs now. Again, nothing's very concrete here with pound USD because, again, I've been talking about this level here for pound USD since last week, saying it's a very sensitive area, and it's an area that is probably best just to stay away from, wait for a bit more clarity on the higher time frames, and then we can start looking to pick our trades afterwards. Because again, a lot of people would have been faked out, you know, after this move here to the upside, either buying the breakout or buying on the retest. A lot of people would have been faked out on this this move there, you know, selling the break back into the range, which is, you know, this range here, that's resistance, that's support. So as it breaks back into the range, people will be selling there, caught on the wrong side, whether they're waiting for the retest or not. And now we're breaking back up again. So we're kind of seeing a bit of a whipsaw type of price action here. The market's faking one way, faking the other. Really hasn't really made it its mind yet. But it looks to me that it might be committing to the upside. It might be looking to commit to the upside. Now it's breaking above a second time. Normally if you do that, normally that's the direction the market's going to pick. But again, for me, it's still a bit too premature. I want to see the market start breaking through these highs here on the left and start really pushing through them, because there is still opportunity for a double top to form and us to do something like this and break back below and sell off. Although I don't think we'll probably will do that. I would expect more upside for pound USD, but again, it's a market of probabilities, not absolutes. We could potentially sell off like that from a double top. If that's the case, we start breaking structure, we'll look for lower highs and a retest of it, and look to go short and take the shorts to the downside. So this is the sell opportunity I'll be keeping an eye on. But yeah, once pound USD starts breaking through these highs confidently, then I'll be expecting another higher low to form and a continuation, where we just get the retest of the high or we pull back a little bit deeper. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at for pound USD for the buying opportunities. First, we need to take out the highs there at 1.252. Show me that we are committing to the upside here, and then I would be interested in the pullbacks. But this is still a sensitive area, as we can see on the left. Market faking to the upside, faking below, catching people on the wrong side. A couple times here. So it's always best just to wait for the market to do its thing, wait for clarity, and then we take our trades after. So yeah, if you can start breaking through the highs, I'll be interested in the pullback and then go long. Or if you start plummeting down, especially break through this low here at 1.235, I'll be interested in the pullback to short. But still premature for me to look for buys yet, which is why I said a setup may form later this week, in terms of later today / Friday, because we could look to go and break through the highs soon, or it might be a setup for early next week. As to when it comes, it doesn't really matter. All we're looking for is a good opportunity. So yeah, that's kind of my outlook on the pound USD. We'll take a look at Euro USD and dollar as well. I made 70,000 USD yesterday on pound USD. Nice. Should I buy the Dodge Charger or M5? That's up to you, mate. That's up to you. If you're making 70,000 one trade on pound USD, I'll let you decide what car you want to buy. Bro, ADSD, yeah, we'll take a look as well. I'm in on a sell. Yeah, I was looking to short ADSD yesterday, but it didn't give me a entry candle, so I didn't touch the pair. And it actually looks like it's breaking through my area. We'll go over it shortly. So yeah, I am kind of neutral now on ADSD. I'm not really looking to do anything. I'm not looking to do anything. I'm waiting for a bit more development, because we actually could see some buys for that one. But we'll go take a look at a bit more detail. Let me go through USD JPY first. So yeah, USD JPY is starting to look interesting to me again, in terms of buys, not actually of sells. I've been talking about sells quite a lot with USD JPY. I haven't really seen a good sell opportunity come into play yet. I was looking for a sell at the start of the week. If you did watch my weekly analysis, I'll be talking about the retest of this level here. Really nice support level there, around 132.342. I'm looking for that to retest before to go short. Yeah, the market didn't give us an entry. The market broke through on market open. So we opened where? Yeah, we opened here. Market broke through, kind of bled to the downside, kind of breaking above, breaking below. So price was unclear. And then we kind of rocketed to the upside there with the JPY weakness. So since then, the market has just about pinched the highs there with a very, very small candle closure. I'm looking to see if we can come back into some areas of support and possibly see another push to the upside, because USD JPY is still printing higher lows since this low created on 16th of Jan. As you can see with these higher lows here, we are still printing them and slowly pushing to the upside. So I'm looking to see if I can catch a short-term buy, maybe for price to push up and then start to roll over again, which is probably what I suspect to happen in the higher time frames, because we're still looking at a push back down to this support level there. But yeah, I have to say I'm interested in the buys right now for USD JPY. May just be short term. We may run to the highs over there, but this definitely is an area of confluence that I am interested in. So I'll be waiting to see what we can do around this level here, around 132.300, and then I'll be looking to go long around that area upon some confirmation. So yeah, the plan for USD JPY is some buys, which is why, like I said, I'm looking at this pair a lot now. It's not too far away from my entry level. All it takes is one bearish candle to push into that area. Now I'll start looking for some entries, and then targets back to highs, and maybe start looking at some areas here on the left to take it to 135, 135, 500, so on and so forth. But yeah, the way I see it, USD JPY, if we can get good price action around here, I am seeing some good opportunities to go long and take the market back up again. So yeah, hopefully that made sense for USD JPY. So yeah, I'll go through ADSD now. I'm in at 1.08, TP at 1.0868. Okay, we'll take a look. No problem, Rabdi. Happy to help. Sniper traders, bro, why do you stop sending signals? I haven't stopped sending signals. I haven't sent a signal probably since last week. But yeah, I haven't sent a signal this week. I haven't taken a trade this week. If there was a trade to take, I would have sent you a signal. But I haven't actually taken a trade this week. So yeah, unfortunately, I haven't updated the Telegram with a trade because there hasn't been a trade for me to take. And again, there will be periods in the market where it's a little bit drier, there are no trades. I mean, there were some good setups on Monday, but it just was outside of my trading hours, Euro USD and gold in particular, and USD as well. I wouldn't have taken all three, I'd probably just taken one of those trades. Yeah, it was outside my trading hours, and since then I haven't had a good opportunity. Since then, there's been some half-hearted opportunities, but I'm not really here to trade those half-hearted ones. I want the high quality trades, and that's simply what I'll be waiting for. And USJPY is one that I'm looking at in detail. So possibly there could be a trade before the end of the week on USJPY, maybe even later today or maybe tomorrow. But yeah, if I do get something, I'll update you guys. But it won't be every single day that I update the Telegram, because I don't take trades every single day. Anyway, ADNZD, we do have a pop to the upside here, which is what I was looking for price to hold this area. I was looking for price to hold this area and see some downside, but unfortunately, we didn't hold it. We didn't get necessary price action in the full H. Price broke through. Actually had a successful retest as support there on the flip side in the lower time frames, and since then it's actually pushed to the upside. So I'm not interested in short ADNZD. I can see why you'd be interested though, because the market is coming into the resistance here, which is quite a strong level pretty much. As you can see, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. So we could be seeing a fake out of the trend line. Potentially the market comes back underneath and then rolls over. So you could be looking to kind of anticipate that fake out. But again, I don't really have much confidence up there apart from that resistance level. So that's why I wouldn't be looking to take the trade. And the fact that we are breaking through the trend line is not a sign of reversal. I don't really look at reversals trend line breaks as a sign of reversal. It's an indication that we might be looking to reverse, but I don't look at it as a definite sign of reversal. We have to break through structure first, which is basically this level. So the trend lines give me the first sign that, okay, we might be looking to reverse. It could be a fake out of the trend line. Like I said, we might just test that level to come back inside and so on and so forth. Or it could be the market getting ready to reverse. So this is why I'm a little bit more neutral. I'm waiting for a bit more confidence to still build up before I look to short or long ADNZD. So yeah, if we can get back underneath, then I'll anticipate that as a fake out, look for some retests to continue back south. Anything other than that, I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting for price to do its thing. I'm not really interested in the current current price market is trading at. So yeah, I'm gonna have to leave it alone, but it's not a bad level, don't get me wrong. It is definitely a very, very good level. It's definitely a very good level, this 1.08 mark here, which is where you said you went short, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm in at 1.08, TP at 1.068. So where's 1.068? Okay, that's support level. Makes sense as well. Nice place to put your TP. I like it. So yeah, it's a good idea, 100%. It's a good level. You're kind of looking to trade a ranging market pretty much. We've got successful ranges here. Market since then has broken through. It's turned to a bit of a fake out. Market's back of a higher the range. Could see another pushback down there. Maybe something like this of a head and shoulder pattern could form like that. Left, head, right. So again, it's a nice level. It just lacks confluence, which is why I don't deem it a trade that fits my plan, which is why I'm a bit more neutral since we've had a breakout of that trend line. But for your sake, I do hope we can see some downside for you. But yeah, I'm a bit more neutral on AZ. So yeah, nothing there for me. But yeah, if we hold that level, should see some downside. Dance with the Wolves. How is it? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. Do you use COT data for bias? No, I do not. Yeah, I do not look at COT data for my bias. Never really have, to be fair. Maybe looked at it once or twice, but I probably didn't understand it, so I didn't really take too much time to understand it and incorporate it into my trading. But yeah, I haven't looked at the COT data for years. Vanessa, what is up? Again, some people use the COT data. I'm not saying it's useless. Obviously, people will use that in their trading, but simply it's not a part of my trading. Good morning from Atlanta. Hey, big up. What time is it in Atlanta? Up early. Can you take a look at EuroCAD? Sure thing. Vanessa will take a look. Peter, what is up? Indices. Okay, we'll go through some indices as well. Orion, Miko, open a funding account with Fundatory Plus. I have to pass a challenge now. 10% profit target, 6% max loss limit. My game plan is to risk 1% per trade. Very, very reasonable. Very, very reasonable. Again, it's 10% that you've done in a month before. I suppose it's 30 days challenge. It has 10% something you've done in the month before. At least 2-3 times. Because again, the reason why funded challenges set the market at 10. Set the price target at 10%, 8%, is because they know it's high enough where traders have to push themselves, but it's not too high where people don't be too alarmed and it's too unreasonable. It's high enough where a lot of people will try and push themselves and end up taking poor quality trades, trying to reach the target. But it's not too high where people think it's unreasonable. So it's kind of like at that kind of limit there. So if you're going to take challenges, make sure it's a profit target you've hit a few times before, and something you've done fairly comfortably at least. Obviously, you might be a bit more of an aggressive trader, but that's perfectly fine. If you're risking 1%, your max loss limit is 6%. So as long as you keep it to like 1 trade a day max, you should be all right if you know what you're doing. But good luck with that, though. Good luck with that. I wish you the best for that one. But yeah, Euro USD will take a look as well. It's 5:30 Eastern. Wow, I'll be back for your stream with Nick later too. Nice, I love it, Vanessa. I love it. Up early, dedication. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a look at Euro USD. I'll move on to EuroCAD. Yeah, EuroCAD as well. Okay, so Euro Dollar, where are you? There you are. Okay, so yeah, Euro USD pumped to the upside. Are we back at the highs yet? Yes, we are. Have we just poked through them? Oh. Not quite. We kind of just kissed it. Just underneath. So, yeah, Euro USD is back at highs now. There's nothing really to do at these highs. But a lot of people will be looking to sell here. That's perfectly fine. But again, I'm one to go with the momentum, not against it. So I do think there'll be some nice shorts. Nice longs for this one, sorry. If we can get some necessary pullbacks. I'm looking specifically at this area here. This was the level I was talking about yesterday. So yesterday I said, because yesterday's stream we were trading around here, I said if we can see a break above this level and a retest, this would be a nice place to look to go long from, because it has proven to us it's a solid level of resistance. And now most likely will be a solid place of support. And we've got the successive higher lows, 1, 2, 3. Most likely going to see a fourth one as we continue this uptrend. So the way I see Euro USD going is more upside. We're probably going to spike through the highs pretty soon, if not now. If not now, probably when the news comes out shortly. But yeah, I can only see buying opportunities for this one. I would not be looking to sell. I know it's at resistance. Do what you need to do if you've got a plan in place. But I'll be waiting for pullbacks for the next high low to take it back up again. We've got a really good confluence at this level here at 1.092. A lot of rejection here, successive higher lows with that trend line as well. And we probably do have some good fib confluence coming into that area. But it depends where we form the high. We may form the high here. We may form the high a little bit higher up. But we'll just draw it in for now. At this area, we've got around 50%, 0.618. Retracement area at that level. So there's a lot of good confluence down at this area, meaning that if we do come into here, we probably will see some good buying opportunities if we can wait for some necessary confirmation. Then yeah, look to take Euro USD to the upside. So that's what I'll be looking for Euro. I'm not looking to do anything up at these highs. I'm letting Euro USD do what it needs to do. We've got news in about 3 hours time. You know, price may even rocket some more. It may decide it wants to turn over during the news. Whatever happens, you know, this is the area of confluence. This is the area of interest I have for Euro USD. So simply for this one, I'm expecting more upside. And the game plan going forward is, can we find that next high low? And can we find it at 1.092? So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Euro USD. A lot of retracement needed before I'm looking to do anything. EuroCAD we'll take a look at next. Eric also looking for AUDJPY to retrace back to 89.25 for long-term buys to 90.80. Okay, we'll have a look see as well. First, let me go take a look at Euro Canadian. So yeah, EuroCAD, what's going on with this one? Okay, so it looks like we're breaking to the upside. So yeah, this one I wasn't really liking yesterday because we had this kind of triangular pattern where price is kind of giving us higher lows, but at the same time still giving us lower highs. So that's a pattern that I kind of just stay away from completely in my trading. You know, if the market is doing this pattern here most of the time, you know, it's just a way of consolidating, a way for price to get ready to break out in one particular direction. All I'm looking to do is wait for the breakout and then looking to go long. Now, this breakout is kind of half-hearted. We haven't really pushed through. I suppose the breaking retest is not such a bad idea, but if I was looking to trade, I would like to see a bigger breakout than that, or see if the market can push a little bit higher after, because we're sort of still in this area of resistance here. So it's in a bit of a grey area. Yes, we've broken through the trend line, but the levels of resistance are of more importance. So I would prefer a bigger breakout. But yeah, it's not a bad opportunity. It's not a bad opportunity. The market has broken out of the trend lines, and now we're getting a retest of that support area. So yeah, I do favor more upside, but it would be nice if that breakout was a little bit bigger. It would be nice if that breakout was a little bit bigger. But if we can hold this area, you know, the next logical target would be back to these highs down the left, which is at 1.49200. And yeah, we'll be expecting more upside into that level. I'm pretty sure the higher time frames are still pretty bullish. Yeah, weekly, you can still see a very comfortable trend down the weekly. Daily still pushing to the upside, still seeing a pretty comfortable trend there. Again, looks like we're getting a break and retest here on the daily. Nice resistance there, flipped as support as well. So maybe this daily support can help EuroCAD out to the upside there too. So yeah, all I'm seeing is buys here for EuroCAD from the higher time frames, weekly, daily, taking that into the lower time frame, 4H hourly. You know, all I'm seeing is buying opportunities here with this one. So yeah, that would be a not bad place to look to go long. Around 1.476, and targets, it's a little bit of a stretch back to the highs, I have to admit, at 1.492. Probably want to be taking some partials or trading as stops as price goes along. Yeah, 1.492 would be a nice little level you can target. So yeah, that's kind of my analysis going forward for EuroCAD. So yeah, we'll take a look at AGFY next. What do you say? Retrace back to 89.25 and then looking for some long-term buys. Okay, we'll go through that as well. Halogen fire. Yeah, I'm saying that definitely wrong. I was going to say fire. What is that? Welcome to the stream. We'll take a look at ADCHF as well. Pound CAD, we'll take a look as well. No problemo. Dance with Walls, if you don't use COT, how do you select pairs when you plan for the week ahead? Do you go through all of the and choose all the pairs and choose? If so, wouldn't that be painstaking? No, not really. It only takes me like a couple of hours max to go through all the pairs. Again, I've been doing that same routine for about 3-4 years now, so it's nothing. I mean, when I'm looking to come up with my setups and pick the best pairs to trade, obviously because I trade all Forex majors and all Forex minors, you know, I need to be aware of kind of all the price action on all pairs. Obviously, I don't know exactly what price is doing all the time. You know, I wouldn't know that, but in terms of selecting the best setups for the week ahead, I will go through all the pairs, map out, you know, levels, map out structure, areas of value, areas of interest, map out confluences and see which ones are the best for the next week. But yeah, it probably takes me about a couple of hours to do it, no more than 2 hours and a half to do it on the weekend. It's that's where kind of the most of the analysis happens for my trading. During the week, it might look like I'm doing a lot right now because of the stream, but if I wasn't doing the stream, I wouldn't be doing any of this. I already know what pairs I'll be looking at, for the rest of the week, and I've already done my analysis for them. So for me personally, there's nothing really to do in the markets apart from maybe set a couple of alerts and check in every few hours to see how the market's getting on. All the analysis I'm doing right now on EuroCAD and other pairs and ADCHF and Pound CAD, I'll be taking a look at. I'm not personally interested in those pairs, so I wouldn't be doing any of that analysis. This is just purely for you guys. Of course, I get to practice my skills as well. Yeah, all my analysis is done on the weekend, so it's not really painstaking because if you think about it as day traders, when they wake up in the morning, they'll probably spend half an hour in the morning, maybe even longer, analyzing the market, getting prepared for their trading session. If you add that across the 5 days, half an hour times 5, Monday to Friday, that's about 2 hours and a half as well. I do that in one go on the weekend, so it's about the same. I just do it in one sitting. But yeah, purely price action is how I spot the pairs for what I want to trade. But that's how I do it. Other people use COT. I don't use COT. Anyway, so we'll take a look at ADCHF, then we'll move on to Pound CAD as well. And again, I'm not saying don't use COT. Of course, if you understand COT and you can use it well, then obviously, incorporate it into your trading, use it to your highest ability. But maybe it might be something I incorporate into my trading in the future. But at the moment, it is not necessary for my trading style. Anyway, so we'll take a look at ADCHF. Where is ADCHF? Can't even find the pair. AD Swiss. Okay, so ADCHF breaking through some lows there. And yeah, so ADCHF, the game plan for ADCHF is still for price to come all the way back down to these lows here, which are not too far away. This is the monthly time frame, by the way. So yeah, I'm still expecting a lot more downside. We're currently printing some new lows here on the weekly, past that prior low from a few weeks ago. So yeah, for Aussie Swiss, you do want to see some retracement for this guy. And we're quite corrective now as well. We had a really good momentum over the past few days, but since then, we've been very, very corrective to the downside. So we're either going to spill over to the downside and maybe one big exaggerated move, maybe some news could cause that, or we're going to see a push to the upside, which I favor to happen for ADCHF. This corrective price action normally means we're going to push up. So I'll be expecting to see that up move, and I'll be expecting to see a low high from that, and then the continuation back down again. So the way I see it, we're looking for that next third lower high. We've got one over here, second one over there, looking for a third one, maybe retest some structure here, price support, time resistance, then looking for the sell-off to the downside, whip out the old Fibonacci. We've got the 0.5, we've got the 0.5 fib level there as well. Let me just remove these squiggly lines. So yeah, that's the way I look at it for ADCHF. We've got the monthly level there, we most likely will hit to, but we want to see a pullback before that. Got some good confluence at 0.61, which is that level there. And yeah, looking for that third lower high. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it quite lines up with the trend line, so we don't have a trend line confluence, but it's the same kind of idea. Looking for that lower high into the lows. Then obviously this could be your first target, and then so on and so forth into those lows there. So yeah, ADCHF, I actually do really like the opportunity. I'll probably actually start looking at this one in a bit more detail next week. But yeah, we need a hefty pullback for this one. I'm not interested in any price action in this kind of descending channel here. On the lower time frames, there might be some lower highs to trade with. If I dropped like the 30-minute time frame, yeah, there might be some lower highs you look to trade here, but that's not really my cup of tea. I'm looking for bigger swings there, so I need price to break out of this descending channel to the upside, retest some structure here. We've got some key support there, time resistance around 0.61. Good fib confluence there. Look for a lower high. And yeah, shorts back down to 0.598 and then subsequently into 0.588 all the way down there. So hopefully that made sense for Aussie Swiss. So yeah, we'll take a look at pound CAD next. It's perfect. I don't have to rush things now. Good. We don't want to rush things. We don't want to rush things at all. At all. We don't want to rush things. That could be very costly in the markets if you're trying to rush things. Damn, sorry, misspelled. No problem. I really like your trading style, so smooth, bro. Much appreciated, Dance with Fools. Much appreciated. Again, you know, the funny thing is someone could learn my exact strategy and, you know, trade it slightly differently, or maybe incorporate something. You know, you could learn my exact trade strategy and incorporate this the COT data into your trading, and, you know, just like that, you've got your own trading style. So there's an infinite number of ways to trade a particular strategy, and there's a kind of an infinite number of strategies out there. So, you know, trading the market is a very, very personal thing, even if you are trading with someone else's strategy, or you know, a slightly modified strategy or whatever. It's a very, very personal thing. You can have the same strategy and trade it two different ways, take two different trades. You know, I could trade a strategy and be profitable, someone else could trade my strategy and be not profitable. So it's definitely a very personal thing, trading. So something like the COT data, some traders may use it, some traders may not use it. You know, there's no, you know, correct answer or not. But if again it's something that you use a lot, then have fun with it. And again, it might be something that I include in my trading later down the road. But yeah, at the moment it's not there. AR, what is up? What is your maximum trades do you have running at once? Normally have two at once is my max. Or is it a case of your risk percentage of your account per month? No, I try to keep it to two trades running at once maximum. If I can get one of those trades to break even and secure some profit, then I can add a third trade to that, because there's no risk on. So basically, I'm just allowed two risk trades at one particular time. If I can get one of them to break even, then I can add a third one to it, and I still have those two risk trades on at once. But yeah, it's max two at once, and normally I take one trade a day, not a day, but I try to keep it to one trade a day. So if I've taken a trade today, that's me kind of done for the day. But yeah, because I do swing trades, so it's not like I take a trade and it's done the same day. You know, most of my trades do bleed onto the next day or maybe the day after. So I can't really, you know, just always have one trade at one particular time. Sometimes I'll take a trade on Monday, it's still running on Wednesday, I'll take another trade on Wednesday. So I have two trades, you know, open at once. But yeah, no more than two. You know, I don't really want to take too much risk onto my account. I want to keep it, you know, as risk-free as possible. Because again, psychology is the big thing we're trying to address here. There might be a good setup, which might invite me to take another trade, but I don't really need to take another trade. You know, sit through the current trades I've got, and then we go again after that. But anyway, we'll go to pound CAD next. Where's pound CAD? Pound CAD, where are you? I can't seem to find the pairs. Probably just going blind or something. Anyway, so pound CAD consolidation here. Price is still respecting resistance. I'm not a fan of the price action at all with pound CAD. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the price action at all with pound CAD. I know it's at resistance here. A lot of people be getting excited up here, and you know, rightly so. It's at a nice place where previously we did see a hell of a dump to the downside. You know, there's not too much stopping us again. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of pound CAD. You know, we're actually testing quite a massive level here on the weekly as well. But I'm not a fan of the price action, specifically on the 4H time frame, which is obviously where I do most of my analysis. So pound CAD, the way I see it, the market is trying to push bullish. We had this big momentum to the upside. Since then, we have this all correction. Price has tried to rally once, failed, tried to rally again, still correcting itself. We may just be seeing a bigger correction within that. So this could be an impulse correction and then another impulse potentially, which is probably what I'm starting to favor, since we're looking to double bottom out here, failing to break through the lows. You can see we form support here on the left. The market just wicked through there, respecting the support and then pushed up from it. So it looks like we are starting to potentially maybe get ready for something like this, or at least another attempt to go bullish. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the price action at all. I wouldn't want to buy it because number one, we've got a big level there in front of us on the daily and the weekly. And number two, I wouldn't want to sell it either because the price action is not really looking at like suitable bearish price action for myself. So yeah, I'll be just waiting for development here. This looks like just a very messy market, very messy market. I'm not interested at all. Possibly come a little bit deeper, maybe see some support areas here. There might be a nice buy because we are still forming these higher lows. 1, 2, possibly could form a third one. That could end up being a nice buy back into resistance potentially. But I'm not really interested in pound CAD at all really. So if you are looking to trade it, I'd probably say this could be the best setup here. If you can roll over, see that next high low, possibly a drive back into 1.68, 1.682. But yeah, I wouldn't look to sell it, and this would be the only situation where I consider a buy, but personally I'm not a fan. It's too close to the higher time frames, and like I said, it's a really big weekly level which the market's running through. Key support here on the weekly, now flipped to resistance. I don't really want to be buying into that. So yeah, pound CAD will definitely be a pair. I just kind of sit and wait for something to happen of some quality. But yeah, definitely not interested with that price action. Let me know what you guys are looking at for pound CAD, because a couple of people have requested it. So let me know what you're looking at. No problem, Fire. Happy to help. Sibonile. Welcome to the stream. How many positions do you open? Do you mean at once? Because AR pretty much asked that. So yeah, I would have max 2 positions open at once. Well, it could be more, but 2 risk positions open at once. AR, cool. I have been enjoying your analysis and explanation. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, please be sure to leave a like. Yep, like Mark just said there. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well. Hitting 8K subs soon. Yeah, not too far away from 8K. If you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to subscribe and contribute to that 8K. I will really be grateful. And yeah, make sure you hit the bell as well so you don't miss any stream uploads in the future. Sebit, bro, when are you going to take a trade? I don't know. That's the market's job. That's the market's job to tell me when I'm going to take a trade. I have no idea personally when I'll take a trade. I would take a trade when I see a good setup. At the moment in time, I'm focused on USD JPY for some longs. Maybe I might get a setup here. Maybe I won't. Maybe the market just pushes to the upside without me, like so. Or maybe it might come back down to my area of interest and maybe I might get an opportunity. Or maybe it might come back down to my area of interest, not give me a signal and even break through. And then I'll scrap that bullish bias and just wait for some development either to sell or maybe to look for some buys later down the road. So I have no idea when I'll take a trade. The trading, the markets are full of uncertainty. So trying to predict anything, when you'll take a trade, when you'll next win a trade, when you next lose a trade, how to make sure you don't lose a trade, are all questions you'll never get the answer to. So it's best just not to ask them. So yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, we'll take a look at NZD-CAD next. Andreas, no problem. Exclusive, good morning. Thank you for your content. No problem. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Ryan, I think I'm coming to study in London. No way. Is you coming to a university in London to study? That should be interesting. But yeah, you're coming to study in university in London. So yeah, NZD-CAD seen some downsides breaking through the lows here. So NZD-CAD for me is a very key level of support I do think we can probably see a reaction to the upside. Nothing that I would look to get involved myself and look to buy. Is that a nice level support? Yes, but would I buy from that? Absolutely not. Not saying that we can't see a move higher, but there's just not enough confidence there to fund for me to look to get involved in a buy trade. I need a lot more confidence than just support or just resistance. So personally, what I'm looking for are these major lower highs. We've got one up here. Let me use the highlighter tool. We've got one up there. We've got a second one there. We've got a third one here. I'm looking to see if we can form a fourth somewhere. Maybe come back and retest some key support. Push to the upside from that level, form a lower high, and attack the lows again. This will be a trade idea that I'll look to take, and that fits my plan quite well. You've probably got a trendline confluence there coming to that area. Probably got some good fib confluence as well coming to that area. Got the 0.5618 in that area there too. So the way I see it, this is my area of interest for NZD-CAD. If you can get a push into that level, that is looking like a solid trade setup for another continuation lower. We've even got the higher time frame trend as well here, which are these major lower highs. We've got one over here. We've got a second one over here. And potentially that is I missed it there. Oh, missed it again. Second one over there. And the third one over here. So we've got these major lower highs as well. So we've got the higher time frames bearish. We've even got this lower time frame here bearish as well. So all we're looking for is an up move and then more downside back into the same support. Maybe you might break lower. But something like this would definitely interest me going forward. So yeah, that's the way I see NZD-CAD. I'm not interested in the buys, but if you do see a successful move to the upside, I'll be keen to short it back down again into 0.83457. So yeah, that's kind of my outlook there for NZD-CAD. Oh, you can come study law. Nice. Law, that's a big boy degree. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of universities you can choose from, based in London or based around the UK. So yeah, that would be interesting if you come to London. It's very expensive though for people outside of London to come and study in London. They make it very, very expensive for students outside of London, which is a shame, to be fair, because it probably puts a lot of people off. But yeah, if you do come, that would be great. So yeah, NZD-CAD looks interesting. I'm going to be keeping an eye on USJPY for most of the time to see some buys. Hopefully you can get the move back down. I was supposed to take a look at AUDJPY earlier. I want to go through it now. Someone said they're looking for some buys, I believe. Yeah, Eric said you're looking for some buys, looking for AJ to retrace back to 89.25 level for long-term buys to 90.80. Whereabouts is 90.80? Is that the highs here pretty much? Yeah, most likely. And you're looking for retracement into 89.25. 89.25. That's around there-ish. Okay, so yeah, not bad at all. Price has got highs up here. Most likely is going to go and retest. It looks like the market has printed a higher low down here, and since then we've been seeing successive higher highs and higher lows on the lower time frames. We go to the hourly time frame. We've been successive higher highs and higher lows. If I map it out of a trend line there, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So retracement into around this area is not a bad place to go long. Was sufficient resistance once, really nice support for all those wicks. If you do revisit this area, we could be seeing that continuation come back to life and then push back into 90. So I don't mind that at all. Coming into the week, I was looking for that lower high to continue into these lows and the retest of this structure. But as you can see, the market broke above that level, actually used it as support, and since then has actually used that to actually continue higher. And it looks like it's coming back into that 90 level there. So yeah, I do like that setup there. Obviously, the market's quite bullish right now. It's kind of like 50% of the way there. So it's either it's going to turn it back around now, or it's just going to keep following through to the upside back to your target. So that's why we just have to be patient and accept, whatever fate we're given from the market. Sometimes we'll be fortunate to get the pullbacks, get the entries and take the moves. Sometimes not so fortunate and the market just continues to the upside without us in it. which is perfectly fine. And it's all about balance. Sometimes you get the setup, sometimes you won't. But when you get the setup, you want to make sure you're there to take it. So yeah, 80 JPY, I do like that. Probably see some more upside there into 90 anyway, since looks like we are forming that higher low, and it looks like we're seeing a lot of strength for the JPY pairs as well. Another reason why I want to go long and use JPY, but I need price to drop a little bit lower first. Maybe the news can take us there. But yeah, looking across the board at other JPY pairs, and JPY looks like it's starting to push. This one looks very, very choppy, so not a big fan of that one. Euro yen flying to the upside, which we discussed earlier in the stream, looking at 147, 500, 148. Pound yen looking bullish as well, clearing the highs there. CHF looking wow. CHF JPY has flown. This was one of the pairs I was looking at coming into the week, but unfortunately wasn't able to get into the trade. It hasn't been kind enough. 2 weeks I've been looking for pullbacks for CHF JPY. This was analysis coming into the week for this week, looking for the retracement to 144. Then the buys didn't get that. Then last week I also posted some analysis on CHF JPY, looking for the retest of this structure here at 143. Didn't get that either. It came pretty close, slight pullback, and since then flown to the upside. So past couple of weeks I've been looking to buy CHF JPY and some pullbacks. Both weeks didn't get the necessary pullbacks I'm after, and yeah, subsequently missed out on the move there to the upside. So yeah, the market will do that to you sometimes. Again, it's not about trying to catch the move and trying to be a part of that. Some moves are just not there for you to catch. Other moves, will be there for you to catch, and you just want to make sure you're there to take them. But this was just one of those trades which I've back tested. I've looked at these areas; they work very, very well. But sometimes, this will happen, which I've seen in my back testing many, many times. But yeah, CHF JPY flying to the upside. We're still looking at all-time highs here. I remember a few months ago, maybe last year actually, I was talking about the all-time highs here on the left, saying CHF JPY most likely will get there, and that's still the main target for CHF JPY, 158.424. And yeah, I'll be expecting price to probably drift all the way to those highs there eventually. We've got the prior weekly high there on the left, which is where price is probably going to. Maybe it might be kind enough to retrace before that, come back down and then push. That would be very, very nice sort of CHF JPY if we're going to do that. But again, I'm not too sure. It is flying. If you can see something like this, that would be nice. But yeah, definitely very, very bullish here for CHF JPY. Anish, what is up? Hope you're doing good. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. So Seklo, what is up? Great content. Have been having the same issue with trades. Yesterday I missed my limit order on gold by a point. Yeah. The market is going to do that to you. Whatever strategy you trade, there will be some times where it comes so close to your entry, or flirts with your entry, and then it just reverses against you. No matter what you do. So the best thing you can do is just accept that will happen sometimes. Sometimes the market won't just come for that retest. Sometimes you just get the breakouts and you won't get the pullback. And that's just a reality we have to accept with trading. What I used to think was maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I need to find some way where I can trade it. Like, how do I catch this move next time? And quite frankly, I'm just giving myself unnecessary anxiety, unnecessary stress trying to trade it. Where it's just not a trade for me to take. I'm looking for the retest of these structures here. You can see how close it came back to the retest of that structure. I'm not going to be looking to take trades just because it gives me a engulfing candle above my level. I'm not trading off support. The market was going to do something like this and hit support, then go. I'll be taking an unnecessary stop loss. So yeah, there just will be those trades which we just don't catch. But it's okay, because as long as we catch the ones we're supposed to, we're doing our duty. Fires UCHF. Okay, we'll take a look. No problemo. Darren, Miko, do you like Andrew Tate? Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, it does say a lot of stuff that I do agree with. He's a very successful entrepreneur, businessman, to be fair. So I've got to respect him for that. He's done very, very well, utilizing his fame and using that to his advantage. Yeah, I do agree with a lot of what he says. You know, you can see what Andrew Tate is doing, to be fair, with the way, you know, he acts. It's to grow his business, which obviously, you know, you've got to respect. But yeah, I don't really see much wrong with Andrew Tate. Obviously, he does say some stuff which are quite outlandish. But again, that's literally his selling point for his business. It makes him more popular, therefore he makes more money. So I can't really fault him for that either. But yeah, I do. USD we'll take a look at as well. Blue skirt, Zark, what is up? Hey Miko, I just shorted 80 CAD. Okay, we'll take a look. You look at that stop loss 0.904, target for a new lower low. Okay, we'll take a look at that. First, let me go through USD CAD, and then we'll go take a look at Aussie CAD. So dollar CAD, last time I looked at that one, was bleeding to the downside. Yeah, it's still bleeding. So again, that's why I didn't go long for USD CAD. That's why I didn't go long. Again, the bias was long. It still is long. I'm still looking at more upside for USD CAD. This is still the higher low in the market. So as long as we remain above that, I'm still looking for buying opportunities. We may just be looking to run these lows one more time and then develop for some nice buys later on, which I'll be there to take apart if they do form. But yeah, the price action here was just very, very corrective, which is why I just didn't like USD CAD's price action at all. You know, this price action here is most of the time just price giving you a nice bear flag, you know, getting ready for the continuation of that bearish trend. Simply impulse to the downside, correction, impulse, common pattern you see, you know, almost all the time. So that's why I wasn't looking to go long. Now the market is breaking through the lows, which is good now, because now that we've swept liquidity there to the downside, it could be time for the market to start developing for some nice buys going forward. Then we can start getting in on some higher lows somewhere and take the trade to the upside. So USD CAD, I'm still looking at buy opportunities for this one. If I zoom out, take a look at the bigger picture, I know dollar is very, very weak right now. And if the market does go and break through the lows here, then I'll look to change my bias altogether. But as we can see in the higher time frames, we are still successfully printing all these higher lows. So I still do favor buys as long as we can respect this support level. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for USD CAD to develop. Right now, the bears are in control. So if you are looking to get involved in the market, you probably want to be looking for some pullbacks and some sells in the meantime before we develop that bullish structure, which I'm looking for. So your best bet with USD CAD is sells. Yesterday, I was talking actually about the retest of this neckline, because we had the break to the downside, we had this head and shoulder pattern, left there, head and right shoulder, and yesterday I was saying you could probably get a nice break and retest of this level, which we did get, but again, I did say probably not a good idea to trade it because we had the news at the exact same time pretty much. Yeah, that candle opened at 1 o'clock, so we had the news. So even though from a technical perspective it's a nice opportunity, you got the breakout of the correction, you got the head and shoulder, you got the retest of the structure, you got successive lower highs, 1, 2, 3. Probably got some good confluences around that area there too. So in terms of the quality of the setup, it's very, very high. But again, we have that news, so it's always a slight risk looking to take those trades, but it did play out pretty well in the end. Now the market's spiking through those lows. So yeah, if USD CAD can pull back again, most likely probably form another lower high, at least to go and tap the lows again. So that's probably your best bet. Personally, for me, I'll be waiting for a lot more development for some higher highs and higher lows for me to look to buy. We may even come down to 1.3 before that happens. But yeah, USD CAD is definitely bearish at the moment. And yeah, probably see a little bit more downside left for this one. So yeah, hopefully that made sense on USD CAD. We'll take a look at Aussie CAD next. Poppy, what is up? Welcome to the stream. I'm not seeing many trades at the moment. I'm looking at USD short, but I don't like the higher highs, maybe a head and shoulder on the hourly. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not really seeing much trading opportunities at the moment. The only pair I'm looking at is USD for longs, which I'm going against you, Poppy, there. But yeah, the only opportunity I'm seeing is USD. Apart from that, I'm not seeing anything else in the markets that of good quality. Yeah, I'm just sitting on my hands at the moment, waiting patiently for a good setup to come. I haven't actually seen a good opportunity since Monday. Not trying to force anything right now, but I'll go take a look at Aussie CAD and I'll go through use JPY, look at your bias, and also go through mine quickly as well. Alex, what's up? Can you look at NAS? Sure thing, we'll take a look at NAS as well. Orion, of all the analysis we have seen now, Euro JPY seems the most highest probability. I probably would agree with that as well. Use JPY is just a little bit high for my liking, but in terms of the probability of the market hitting those highs, of around 148 was it 148 if I remember the top of my head correctly, yeah, around 148. Yeah, it's very high, very high. But the only thing with Euro JPY as well is that we may not even see that retracement. We may just keep pushing. This thing is very bullish, and unless maybe the news can bring it down shortly in about 2 hours and 15 minutes, unless maybe the news can bring it down, the chances are this guy just keeps pushing back to highs and we don't see that retest. I will stay aware of that Euro JPY pullback, but I do have a feeling that this one's most likely going to keep going. If it does pull back, happy days. Yeah, we do have a good opportunity, a good possibility that the market will keep flying. But yeah, I do agree with you, Ryan. It is a very good opportunity. I'll go for use JPY in a second. Let me just take a look at 80 CAD. So 80 CAD still bearish bias for this one. Oh, it's very corrective here. Very corrective. This down move is just very corrective, which is not what I like to see. You know, when I'm looking at structure, I want to see good lower highs, good lower lows. And the second thing I want to see is momentum. Momentum. And USD is running low of that. You know, if you look left here, you know, this is really nice structure. We've got some really nice lower lows and lower highs, and what we've got good momentum to the downside. So, you know, these pullbacks are always of good quality, most of the time of good quality. You know, just a simple break and retest of that prior low. It gives you a really nice opportunity to short there. Probably had some fib confluence there too as well. So that's a very easy opportunity to spot and a very nice trade to take, and you get to be rewarded with that nice bearish leg back to the lows. Thank you so much, Shapeless Circle, for subscribing. Do appreciate it. Guys, if you are enjoying the stream, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It does really help out the channel, obviously keeps you in the loop as well. And make sure you do hit the like button too, because it does help out the channel. And thank you so much to everyone who has hit the like button so far. I do really appreciate it. But yeah, like I was saying, you can see here, really good momentum, really nice impulse leg to the downside. These are the type of moves in the market you want to follow. You want to see retracement and then follow. Not follow it as in it's falling, let me just sell it, but it's falling, let's look for retracement and then short. These are good opportunities to short. These are good structures to play with. This structure, on the other hand, you know, this is just so corrective. I don't want to follow this at all. Even if we do get a good pullback and it maybe retest some structure up here, I'll be reluctant to short that, most likely because there'll be other opportunities like this in the market that'll look a lot better. So yeah, 80 CAD, in terms of direction, I have to favor sells because obviously the structure is still printing lower lows and lower highs. But in terms of the quality of the opportunity, in my analysis, the way I trade, it's a lot lower because of how corrective it is. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but obviously high time frames, daily, you know, even weekly as well, you know, 4H all display bearish structures. So yeah, I do favor shorts, but would I short it? No. I need to see much better momentum than that. But we'll take a look at your entry though. I think you posted your entry. Stop loss 0.904. Where is that? 904. Okay, so above the highs there, that's a nice stop loss, and target back down to lows as well. Okay, so yeah, in terms of the stop loss target, it's not a bad going. You know, it's a correct place to put your stop loss, and that's obviously definitely a correct, reasonable place to put your TP back down to the prior lows. So yes, it's not the worst opportunity in the world because you do have, you know, most time frames in your favor, but yeah, the lack of momentum is a little bit alarming, and the fact that we had this impulse move breaking through structure as well, you know, through these highs is not a good sign either. We are starting to hold resistance quite nicely there. I like the wicks here, but yeah, it's just not, you know, upper echelon quality trading opportunity, which I'll be over the moon about. But of course, if it fits your plan, look to see out that trade, do what you need to do. Again, when I am analyzing the market, sharing my advice and opinions, it's purely for you guys to take and digest yourself and go back and maybe back test or go over yourself. But in terms of if you're in an actual live trade, you've got a plan that you're trading, see out those trades. I'm not here to change your edge or your probability. You can do that when you're back testing and you're looking over if you want to. But in terms of your live trades and you've got a solid edge you're working on, see out those trades. But yeah, that's my kind of 2 pence there. It's the structure's okay. We are still seeing low lows and low highs. I think there might be a little bit of a trend line here as well, connecting those major highs there. So yeah, 1, 2, and 3. So of course we've got some trend line resistance there too. But yeah, it's just very, very corrective. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. But hopefully we can see a down move there. Okay, so USD I'll go through. NAS I'll go through as well. Right, and also COT data shows big money is buying euro more and selling yen. Okay. But again, I mean, you can literally see that from the technicals. You can see that from the technicals. The technicals show you that euro yen is very, very strong based on the higher time frames as well. Based on the structure here, you can see with that drive to the upside taking the highs, you can see with the successive higher lows that obviously yen is being shorted and euros being bought. Obviously, the COT data will show you, if times are changing as well, but structure will change as well. The market will start printing some low lows and low highs, and then we start shorting. But yeah, of course, if you use the COT data, use the COT data. But yeah, I just keep with the price action for myself. Poppy USD CAD is touching the 200 MA. 200 MA. Let me add that to the chart. Is it touching it to the upside or to the downside? 200 MA. Oh, MA first, and then we type 200. So 200. Where's the 200 at? Okay, I think it's talking about the daily. Yeah, daily. So yeah, it is touching the 200 MA. Yeah, I wouldn't look into that too much. It's definitely a strong level of support. The 200 normally is. But in terms of looking to buy it because it's there, I think that's a little bit aggressive. Looking to buy just because it's touching the 200 MA. It could react with it, but personally, I'm still looking for the buys for USD CAD. So if it starts reacting with the 200 MA and we start seeing some higher lows here on the 4H, then yeah, I'll look to go long on some of those higher lows and take it up. But in terms of just buying it now because it's at 200 MA, a little bit aggressive there. But it's a good spot though. It's a good spot. Definitely coming to some areas of confluence. We're still printing all of these higher lows, so I do favor some rejection around here and some good buys. And that 200 MA would add a little more confluence to that area there too. So yeah, it is coming up to a nice area to start looking to buy. Hence why I'm looking to buy for USD CAD. But I need that price action, which is not there yet. That's the thing I need above everything. Okay, so yeah, I'll go through USDJPY now. Poppy, I just noticed how close I was there to my TP on USDJPY short. My TP was 130.44. Are you short now, or was that your prior short? High minded, kindly check pound yen. We'll take a look, no problem. Lukey or Lucky. Thoughts on pound Swiss, looking for a pullback to enter short on the 4H time frame. Okay, we'll go over that as well. Ryan, we all will love to see an advanced price action video by you, which will tell us more than basics and just something for intermediate players. Yeah, I probably will do videos like that, to be honest. I do need to do a bit more videos for beginners though, because I've had a lot of requests for beginner videos and tutorials. A lot more than advanced videos, so I will do more beginners, but I will be doing a bit more advanced as well. Advanced ones as well, kind of catered to everyone. But I don't know what the ratio is. I don't know how many people on the channel are beginners and how many are immediate, or maybe how many ready to trade full time potentially. I don't know the ratio, because a lot of the people I talk to on the stream now, I can tell by just talking to them that they've got some background in trading. So I can tell, they're probably past the beginner's level, moving on to intermediate. I can see some people who are definitely beginners as well, but I'm not too sure, because obviously not everyone speaks on the stream, so I don't know the ratio of beginners to intermediate to advanced, which is the bigger group to cater for. But yeah, let me go through USDJPY right now. So yeah, USDJPY, I'm looking at some buying opportunities for this one. Where is 130.444? 130.444. Oh, so okay, we're talking about this move here. This move here that stopped you at break even. Yeah, that was very, very close. Very, very close. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, sometimes the market will do that, which is why I take partials. Because the times that market does do that to me, it's not as bad, because I've got some profits to show for it. It does sting a lot when you haven't taken any partials, and it just comes back and takes you out the trade for break even, and you've got nothing to show for it. Obviously, it's a probability game we're playing, so it doesn't really matter if the market does that. If you take a break even, a loss, or win, it's all about just playing out the numbers, which is obviously the aim of the game. But from an emotional standpoint, it always does sting a little bit if you haven't taken partials, and that happens when it comes so close to your TP and it pulls back. So taking some profits, it does kind of help limit the emotional side of things. But yeah, you can't really combat that unless you use trading stops. If you have definite targets, which is the way I look to manage my trades, set definite TPs. There's no kind of way to really combat that, combat against price coming very close to your TP then reversing, unless you trail stops. That's the kind of only way to go against that. But yeah, USDJPY, I'm looking at buys for this one around 132.240. I'm looking to go long around this area here. This is my area of interest. Got some good fib confluence there too. We whip out the old Fibonacci coming to the 50%. I'm looking for low, high, low, high, low, and a push to the upside. So this is the buys I'm after. Pop, you said you're looking for some sells, some head and shoulder in the hourly chart. I think this might be the head and shoulder pattern you're talking about. Left head and then possibly right shoulder for some sells. Yeah, not bad. It's nothing that will get me over the moon, to be honest. I'm definitely focused on the buys over there. So that'll be the opportunity I'll be looking at. Maybe your sells can take it into my buys. But yeah, I'm not feeling those shorts at all. I know it's at resistance here, but I don't have much confidence up there. I've got a far more confidence down here for USDJPY than I do all the way up there. So I'm kind of waiting for a down move into 132.300-ish, and then I'll be looking to see if I can buy that back again to the upside. But I'm not interested in the sells, up here. Not enough confidence for me. But of course, if you've got necessary price action, look to take your trades there. Okay, so I'll take a look at pound yen, and then I'll take a look at pound CHF next. So yeah, it was the USD short from last week. Yeah, I can see that now. That is unfortunate. Again, that's it's difficult when that happens, but there's not much you can do. I mean, sometimes it could be about TP placement. Maybe if it happens to you a lot, it could be something that you need to look into about your TP placement. Maybe it's a little bit off. Maybe it's a little bit aggressive, a little bit greedy. Sometimes you need to be a little bit more realistic with your TPs. But I can see, with the shorts here, a realistic TP point would be either that support level there or this low here. Either one of these TPs are reasonable, that support or that support. If I was shorting there, that probably would be my TP. Maybe this level might be a partial area, but this probably would be my TP down there. So I would be victim to that as well. But yeah, let me take a look at pound yen and then pound CHF. I think videos on pattern recognition for beginners is always very helpful. True, because that's what we're kind of doing in the markets, pattern recognition. Every situation in the market is unique, But when we can connect the dots using pattern recognition, that's what kind of gives us the clarity. Because this particular setup here on USDJPY, I've never ever in my life traded it before in terms of this particular situation with the 4H structure, with the higher time frame structure, how the candles are formed, everything. I haven't traded this particular setup in my life, but the pattern which I'm trading, which is the confluence there, I've traded it many times, so I'm very comfortable with that pattern, which is what makes the market a lot easier to maneuver, because I'm not trying to predict every fluctuation, but I'm just looking for the patterns that I look to trade from, and that's what gives me my entries and my trades and my style. But the particular price action changes every time. Every single price action we get is unique. You take into account the higher time frames all the way down to the lower. But when we apply patterns to it, it becomes a lot simpler. Anyway, so pound yen is breaking to the upside, clearing the highs there on the left. Again, similar opportunity to euro yen as well. Looks like pound yen is going to slowly make its way back to the highs here. Euro yen is a lot closer to the highs than obviously pound yen. Euro highs are up here, euro yen highs. Pound yen highs are just up there. We do have a key level of resistance here, which is probably what's going to be our target before the highs at 172. But if you zoom out, look at the bigger picture, go into the weekly time frame, you can still see the higher lows that the market is printing. And now that we're breaking through highs there to the upside, getting daily candle closures, which we haven't got yet, but if you do get that candle closure today, it will be breaking through the highs there. It tells us that the buyers are confidently sitting in control of this market. So for pound yen, you want to be seeing pullbacks and continuations, back to such areas like so. If you can pull back to such areas, 164, 500, nice pullback, see the next higher low, get that kind of continuation to the upside there. That'll be something I'll be interested in for pound yen. But yeah, next target 168.5, target after that 172. So yeah, we just want to be seeing pullbacks for these yen pairs. I want to see a pullback for USDJPY, I want to see a pullback for euro yen, and yeah, pound yen I want to see a pullback as well. Whether we get that or not, that's up to the market though. That'll be up to the market, and CJPY as well. I want to see a pullback for this guy and then a continuation. Thanks so much, Ynel 16. Do really appreciate it. So yeah, pullbacks and then the continuation to the upside, 151.475 for Swiss yen. Pound yen, pullbacks to the 164.500 area, continuations to 168. Euro yen, pullbacks to around 145.500, continuation to 147.500. And also USDJPY, which is down here, pullbacks to 132.500, continuations a little bit more up in the air. 134 is reasonable, but back to those highs is a little bit too overconfident. Probably take it maybe back to the resistance here if I don't target that resistance outright. But yeah, yen pairs do look really good for buys. Anyway, so I'll take a look at pound Swiss next. Okay, so yeah, do a vote. That is a good idea. I don't know how to do a vote on stream now. I'm not quite the technician with this software, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, what has happened there? Oh, it took me into my YouTube studio. So yeah, as you can see, I'm definitely not the wizard here. So yeah, I don't know how to quite do it. I can do it on the Telegram. I suppose that's where most people are, to be fair. So yeah, I'll do a... Thanks so much, Dom VW, for subscribing. But yeah, I'll do a poll on the Telegram. I'll do a poll on the Telegram. What type of content people want to see the most? Whether a bit more intermediate, advanced. I'll probably group that into one column. And then, actually no, should I keep it separate? Intermediate, beginner, advanced, and do 3 votes, or intermediate, advanced together and then beginners? I'll decide that later. But yeah, I'll do a poll on the Telegram. So yeah, anyone who is in the Telegram, feel free to check it out. Link in the description to that. But yeah, I'll do a poll on Telegram. Pound Swiss anyway. So yeah, pound Swiss seen some lovely downsides, coming back into some key support here. Yeah, you want to see some pullbacks for this one. You are correct to say that. I'm pretty sure you're looking at pullbacks for pound Swiss. Yeah, pound Swiss looking for pullback short on the 4H time frame. So yeah, very reasonable. place to be looking for shorts. So you can see we had the successive lower highs here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and reasonably probably will end up back at the support level here, which is where prices really struggled to break through. So this is the place that you would be expecting pound CHF to get into. So yeah, if we can see an up move, most likely will come back down. Obviously, the best shorts for pound Swiss will occur, in this area here. Let me clone that. This is kind of the best area to be looking to short. Anything in here, every time the market comes into this area, spike, it comes down again. So this is really where you want to be looking at shorts. But sometimes you probably won't, return back to that area. So the next best place to be looking at shorts for pound Swiss would be, let me just move this out of the way, very messy drawings, would be the retest of some broken support levels like so. So up there would be the best place, but now we're breaking through support around 1.122. This is now the next best place to be looking to get involved with things and look for some sells. So yeah, pound CHF definitely bearish bias for this one. 1.108 is where I see the market heading towards. This is like a reasonable place to be looking for some shorts on the pullback into. Obviously, it would be nice if we can see another drive to the upside and then look for some shorts around there. But yeah, beggars can't be choosers. It looks like that ship has already sailed. So yeah, the next best place for pound Swiss would be this level here at 1.122. Then yeah, targets back down to that daily support level around 1.11. So yeah, pound Swiss, I do agree with that. Pullbacks and shorts do look good on the 4H. Pullbacks and shorts do look good on the 4H. I'll take a look at NAS because I remember someone did request NAS early and I did forget that pair. It just popped into my mind right now. So I will take a look at NAS next. I don't mind that much. It shows that I had the right idea. Of course, shows that I had the right idea. Again, the outcome is not something we can control, but our actions, our ideas, our setups we choose is what we can control over. So if you can make the right decision there, regardless of the outcome, you still made the right decision. So yeah, well done there, Poppy. I agree, but more high probability patterns, not the stupid cup and handle. That's funny. Cup and handle. Yeah, I've never actually really looked at the cup handle before. But yeah, again, we'll see what people want the most. But I will get to around it anyway at any time. So if people request they want beginner videos more, obviously I'll probably do the beginner video first, but will do other videos for intermediate and advanced later on as well. So it's not like I won't do the video, just kind of which one comes first, which one's more requested. For open the US market, Roger, what do you mean? 4H open. You talking about the US open? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sam, Mister, thanks a lot for your content. I've learned a lot from your videos and I can beat my chest that I learned from you. Really appreciate it. Working on getting a proprietary firm next 2 months and I wish to be a student. Hey, nice, Sam, Mister. Really do appreciate it. Again, to be fair, I've had a lot of messages recently that people have been have had some good improvements in their trading journey from watching the streams and learning from the content on the channel. So that's very good. That's music to my ears. I'm really happy for you guys, and yeah, it's good to see. I will be doing a mentorship later, maybe the next month or two, for people who are interested in that, because I had a lot of requests of that for the past year now. So yeah, we'll be doing that later on. But yeah, good to hear that, Sam. Good to hear that, Sam. Keep it up. Keep it up. No problem, Roger. Happy to help. I'll take a look at NAS next, though. Muscan, what's up? Can we look at longs for pound yen in 50 minute? Okay, we'll take a look as well. Probably I'm looking forward to planning my trades this weekend. Nice. Yeah, I always do like planning the trades in the weekend. It's nice, therapeutic. Put a bit of music on. Saturday morning, put a bit of music on. Press delete on all the drawings you've done in the charts. Clear the charts completely so you start fresh. Look at the higher time frame, see what they're doing. Drop to your time frame you use the most, which for me would be the 4H. Analyze it. Map out some key highs and lows, good levels to look at for the next week. Some good areas of interest. And then do that for all the pairs you look at. Identify 5, 6, 7 good quality setups. If you need to look at more. If you need to look at less. And that's it for the week ahead. For me, it takes like two hours ish, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less sometimes, to go through all like 27 pairs to look at. Thank you so much, Ishi, for subscribing. So I look at all Forex and all Forex minor pairs. So it's around 20, and I look at gold and silver as well. So it's around like 27, 20. I'm not too sure what the exact number, but around that many pairs. And again, it takes me like 10 minutes max to go through a single pair. It's nice, therapeutic. Start fresh. Obviously, journal. Go over your analysis from last week as well. Take screenshots of the analysis that you do. That's a good tip to express. When you do the analysis on the weekend, take screenshots of them. So you can see what they look like. Obviously, I do get the benefit because every single week on my trading view, I do post my screenshots here. So I've literally got screenshots galore, which I can obviously go through and see, how my analysis has played out and see what I need to improve upon. What I need to double down on, what I need to work through. I've got all this analysis here, which I only started posting a trading view maybe halfway through 2022. But I've obviously got all these screenshots which I can go back through and take a look at. So make sure you keep screenshots, because then you can see how your analysis is doing every week and make amendments from that. So make sure you have fun with it, Poppy. Anyway, let me take a look at NAS. NAS 100. This one was a little bit all over the place. The indices were a little bit all over the place. We did see good momentum to the upside, but the market has since pulled back down there. Failure to break through the resistance, and now it's back at support. So with NAS, this was a nice place to go long a couple of weeks ago. This is where we were talking about looking to go long with NAS. I think the week before last. So we had the first pullback. This was a nice place to go long, 12,874. Nice reaction to the upside. Price then came back again this week on Monday. Retested the same area, nice reaction. But the fact that it failed to continue and now it's had like a triple top of that resistance and it's back there again. Thank you so much, Leo, for subscribing. I wouldn't recommend to go long now. I know it possibly could be a triple bottom here, 1, 2, and 3. But the fact that we are forming this lower high over here and failing to break through that resistance doesn't fill me with confidence that we are going to suddenly propel to the upside. This looks to me like NAS probably might have a deeper retracement, then maybe go bullish or maybe a reversal. Obviously, trade your plan and trade accordingly. It still is not a bad level. It's still holding a support, so it still is a not bad place to look to go long. There's still a bit of confluence there. But typically for me, the way I trade, I don't want to be looking to take levels that have already been tested multiple times. For me, the more levels tested, the less emphasis it has. If the market really wants to go bullish from this level, the way I look at it, it should have already gone bullish by now. The fact that it's coming back for a third time doesn't really give me too much confidence that the level is now suddenly going to push price bullish. Sometimes it will, but most of the time I stay away. The first and the second time, any more than the first and the second, I'm backing out from that particular level. I'm looking at some other areas of confluence, or I'm just going to wait to see what happens going forward. So US 100 is a good place. Could see a bounce there, but personally for me, I would be staying away. The third one is not it for me. So and I wouldn't look to sell either. I wouldn't look to sell. It's just not a good place to sell. And like I said, I'm not really interested in the buys either. Hopefully that made sense for NAS. I'll take a look at pound yen in the 15 minute now as well. Money stack, cheers Miko. I always miss the streams. They are too early in the AM for me. Glad I could catch part of this one. No problem. I mean, obviously the streams are on the channel, so if they are too early for you, you can always watch them back whenever it suits you best. But yeah, it's always nice coming onto the stream during a live one. So yeah, welcome to the stream, Money Stacks. Good to see you on the stream though. Good to see you on the stream. Poppy, pound Swiss still annoys me. It touched my break even, went straight down. Yeah. It's a one that you just have to. It's a bitter. What's the saying? Bitter pill to swallow. That's it. It's a bitter pill to swallow. And yeah, you will get a lot of them. You know, pound CHF. I did miss a short here. I can't remember what I was doing at the time. I was away in Rwanda, so that's kind of my excuse. But I can't remember if I was busy at the time or not. But this was a really nice sell coming to the highs here. I don't know why I missed the trade. Maybe I was doing something. But that's a really nice trade there, which, you know, it seems to be playing out beautifully right now. Yeah, which is it's annoying, but you know, I've been in the markets long enough to know that there's going to be an opportunity around the corner, if not today or tomorrow, next week. So just need to keep going. No problem, same thinking. Nice, good to see. Eric Ustizar, okay, we'll take a look as well. Hello Leo, what is up? New in here, just checked in. Nice, welcome to the stream. But yeah, this is a stream where I share my analysis. I go through the charts, share my analysis. Of any trades, I'll share it, or any setups I'm looking to trade, I'll share it as well. Obviously, people on the stream will ask for analysis, opinions. They will share their trades, their analysis as well. We'll go through it, you know, learn together, all that good stuff as well. And yeah, ask questions and have a good time. So if that is up your street, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. But yeah, welcome Leo, welcome. Zark, good day Miko, thanks, no problem, happy to help. Poppy, I think I will start posting a trading view. I'll take screenshots, but I don't organize them well enough. Yeah, I mean, trading view keeps them neat and tidy, to be fair, because obviously it's just there in chronological order. That's my most recent post, and then so on and so forth. It goes down. Obviously, I've got the screenshots on my computer as well. It's not just on TradingView, because if something was to happen to TradingView, I'll lose all my screenshots of the market. But TradingView is quite helpful though, because you know, it gives you the playback tool, so you can see what's happened with the screenshots. Obviously, if you take a screenshot by itself, you just kind of got the screenshot. And then you have to look back at the market to see how it played out. Whereas TradingView, you got the play button here, so you can see what happens with the screenshot as well. So you can kind of see the progression of the analysis, and gives you more than enough kind of to see what happens with your analysis. So that's why it's a good bonus posting on TradingView. You know, it doesn't have to be to the world. I'm pretty sure there's a private setting. You can keep your posts private if you want them to, or you can post it publicly if you want to as well. But yeah, the TradingView profile allows you to post it and then have the play button, so you can see how it plays out as well. So yeah, which is very, very handy. So yeah, I do recommend it to everyone, to be fair. You know, do your analysis, whether you're day trading, you analyze in the morning, or a bit more of a swing intra-week trading, you analyze on the weekend. You know, take screenshots of your analysis, not just of your trades, take it of your analysis as well. And that will give you confidence going forward in your trading. You know, if you take screenshots now, in the next kind of three to 6 months, you can look back and see, okay, you know, 60-70% of my analysis played out. You know, that will give you so much confidence in your analysis going forward. You don't have to really be so hesitant in your trade, so anxious, so stressful, when you know that your analysis is doing what it's meant to do. It's not going to play out every time, of course, but if you can see for yourself it's playing out more often than not, then all you have to do is just trust your analysis, take your trades, keep your risk to rewards at a decent size, and stay consistent. So yeah, I do recommend it to everyone. But let me take a look at pound yen on the 15. So yeah, I mean, price right now is kind of exposed highs. It's just taking out the high there. So trading these areas is always a little bit sensitive. You don't really want to be taking trades just after the high is taken out, and especially when it's a major high as well. And price a little bit corrective as well. So on the 15-minute chart, short-term buys is probably what you're looking for. I think that's what you said, short-term buys as well. So maybe coming back to retest some of these areas would make some sense. Some short-term buys. Oh, that's the wrong tool. Some short-term buys back into the high there. but I wouldn't really be too overconfident with the buys there and try and look for anything too special. This looks like it's just a big fake out there as well. If I whip out this trendline tool, so we've got one test here, second, third, fourth. This here looks like a big fake out of that trend line. So possibly could come back into retest the trend line again with that level and then see the upside from there back into 166,800. So that's kind of my outlook there for pound yen on the buy side of things on the 50-minute chart. Like I said, it's taken out some recent major highs in the 4H and the daily chart. So this is very sensitive price action, prone to fake outs, prone to fake moves. So you don't really want to be looking to hold the trade for too long at these heights. But yeah, the trend in the 50-minute is comfortably to the upside. So you want to be looking at retracements and buys and around this 166,500 area. There's a lot of good confluence there to long. So yeah, I do favor more upside than the 15-minute. I do agree with you on those short-term buys. USD we'll take a look at next. Anus looking to sell US 500 at the retest of 49.9, target 47.8 to 1 hour chart. Okay, well, let's see as well. Have you done gold today? Yes. Have I done gold today? Yeah, I have. I think it's one of the first pairs I looked at. I don't trade gold, but it's normally popular. Yeah, it is popular. I mean, I think a few people requested at the start of the stream. I mean, yesterday's stream, it was requested pretty much throughout the whole stream. But yeah, I did analyze gold. I'll go over it again shortly for gold. But yeah, it's a very, very popular pair. I don't trade gold much either, to be fair. It's a pair I look at just as much as Euro USD. Every weekend I analyze gold and map out the best moves I can find. And if I see something good, I'll add it to my watch list like I did this week. Unfortunately, I did miss the opportunity in gold. So yeah, this is the analysis I had for gold this week. Lovely test of the level, continuation up. But it happened outside of my trading hours, so wasn't there to take the trade. But yeah, it's a pair I look at just as much as my FX pairs. But yeah, we'll take a look at S&P and yeah, S&P looking for a retest of 14.99. Actually, let me take a look at USD first before I go to S&P, because Eric did ask it just before, and before I forget as well. Wow, USD seeing some downside, looking very, very weak. Obviously, it's a dollar pair. Dollar is quite weak right now, but is it very weak? Yeah, it's a little bit weak. But yeah, USD seems to be bleeding. So we were talking about USD briefly yesterday, and I said that USD is coming up to a very strong resistance. I do expect it to eventually break, but this is a very, very strong resistance here on the weekly. You can see numerous wicks into this level, numerous rejections. So you know, the probability is that we're going to see some downside for USD, but I do think it's just short term. I think the market is just finding that third level high there, 1, 2, and 3. And I do think we can probably see some nice buys coming back into some of these areas here, looking for that next higher low and some attacks back into the same resistance, whether from this level or from this level there. So yeah, the way I see USD is market is likely to go higher. Keep an eye on 18.1. I think this could be a nice place to buy it back up into the highs. If you do come a little bit deeper, we might double bottom out at 17.75 down here. But yeah, I'm bullish on USD based on particularly the weekly time frame. You can see the weekly, comfortable bullish trend. The all-time trend of the market is bullish. The chance of us returning back to the highs is very, very likely. So yeah, I do think buys from 18.1 or 17.75 do look pretty good. So keep an eye on those two areas for USD. I'll take a look at S&P now. And you said you're looking for a break and retest. Break and retest of 49.9. Okay, where's 49.9? 49.9. Let me go in the lower time frames. Okay, so 49.9 is this level here, I suppose. Okay, so yeah, we actually are getting a retest right now. So yeah, USD not bad. It's not bad. It looks like the market could be double topping out at these highs here, getting ready for a reversal. So I'm not completely against it. I do like the fact that we are double topping out, retesting that price structure there. Looking for the sells probably that down to the lows. That's probably where your target is, or maybe it's the target here. Actually, it probably is your target there. Either which way, it's a reasonable place to look to short into. So yeah, I do like the opportunity from that. The only thing I don't like about it is that the market is still printing higher lows. So we've still got this low here, pretty much an equal low, but slightly higher. And same with this one as well. So that's the only thing I don't like about the opportunity, about shorting this market. It's just a little bit premature. It's a little bit premature. I like the big rejection we have. It looks like a real big inability to go higher. The market could be looking to top out around here and start a bearish trend. We've obviously broken through structure here to the downside, breaking through the lows there. And now the market is looking to retrace and retest that. Subsequently, we've got a good probability of the market coming back there, potentially back to the lows there as well. So it does make sense, do not get me wrong. There's probably some good confluence there as well. But yeah, I just do not like the higher lows there. Yeah, it's got a feeling that price might do something like this into support, then push up again. But that could be your target, or it could be a place you secure some partials at. Any which way, I do think there's a good chance we'll get there. This level here, I'm not too sure about. Yeah, but it's not a bad opportunity. It does have some good confluence. You know, I can see it's a nice level. Probably got some fib confluence around there as well. And I really like the rejection of the wicks there. The entry signal is very, very high in terms of quality. Nice double top into that level. Nice shift of momentum. I really do like the entry signal there. So a push to 48.4 looks very likely. This level here, a little bit less likely. But hopefully we can see some good momentum in your favor, Anus. It's not a bad opportunity at all. So yeah, I'll go over gold quickly. Gold is overrated in my opinion. Yeah, it probably is overrated to be fair. I don't know. It's got more pips. It moves faster than the generic FX pair. So you know, it's factual that gold is volatile, which is why people trade it. But in terms of looking to make money, which is obviously our end goal in the markets, not to catch the biggest move, not to catch the biggest move, the fanciest move. We're here to make money in the markets, and in my opinion, it's a lot easier to make it on Euro USD than gold. It's a lot quicker to make it on gold than Euro USD, but it's a lot easier to make it on Euro USD than gold. So yeah, I probably would agree it's overrated, but I know why a lot of people trade it. It's purely because of the volatility. Yeah, and they see a lot of people trade gold, and it's kind of like it's a different pair. It's kind of fancy. It's gold. It's not an FX pair. You know, you have a lot of beginners who just solely focus on trading gold just because it's gold, which makes no sense at all. But I do trade it. I mean, I can't remember when's the last time I traded gold. Here. Was it there? Yeah, it was here. It was, I think it was this move. Was it this move or this move? I think, yeah, it was this move. This was the last time I traded gold here. Yeah, on the retest of the structure, looking for a push to the lows here, the lower highs. This was the last time I sold gold for this move here to the downside to the lows. Didn't actually hit my TP, unfortunately. I learned a big lesson from this move here. Thank you so much, Vin, for subscribing. I learned a big lesson from this move. I had this zone here was where I was looking for price to get to, but I had my TP. Very, very silly. I had my TP at the wick low here because I was very, very confident that price was going to make some new lows past this point here at 16.15. So instead of having my TP normally just at the zone here, I put my TP to the wick low, and then I was punished. I was punished big time. I did secure some partials on the way down. I think I secured some partials coming to this area here. So it was break-even partials secured, but I didn't take the full TP because I was being a little bit greedy, put my TP at the lows here of the wick. And then yeah, price had a nasty reaction, took me out the trade with that one big move there. So yeah, I learned my lesson that day. It was very, very annoying because I could have just taken the profit, you know, coming to the zone. But I wanted for price just to hit the wick, you know, create the new lows and get that few more extra pips, which is just so unnecessary. And then yeah, I was punished with that big move to the upside. But yeah, when was that? That was October 2022. So it's been, almost October, November, December. It's been like 6 months, 7 months since I've traded gold, which is crazy. I could have been traded it again on Monday, but yeah, outside of my trading hours. Anyway, so yeah, did I say I was going to go through pair? Grades, what's popping? Welcome to the stream. Did you do USJPY? Yeah, that's actually a pair I'm looking at a lot. Shah, Ahmed, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Your channel as exclusively I first time watch your channel. Okay, so your first time watching. Welcome to the stream. I mean, the stream's about to finish, but I will be live again shortly with Trader Nick on his channel and A1 Trading. So I will drop a link to that stream on my Telegram. But yeah, I will be live next week as well. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time. So yeah, I will be live again next week. But yeah, you're just in time to catch the end. But let me go through USJPY and then we'll wrap up the stream from there after. Please explain your AUD. What do you mean AUD? You mean my AUSD? I don't think I actually looked at AUSD on the stream. I'll go through AUSD and USJPY and we'll finish it there, but I don't have a trade on AUD. Thank you so much, O'Shane, for subscribing. So yeah, USJPY, I'm looking at some buys. Hopefully we can get some entries for this guy around 132.300. So this is the main setup I'll be keeping my eye on. Hopefully we can get it down, moving to that level. And we're looking to buy it back up again. This is the only setup that interests me. A lot of other setups got a lot of work to do. I do like Aussie Swiss, but that one's got a lot of work to do for up move before I start selling that guy. So this one, the only one that's fairly close to actually coming into reality. So I'll be focusing a lot on this one. But yeah, USJPY, I'm looking at buys, just simply probably back into resistance. Nothing more complicated. Maybe I might push into that high there, depending on the risk to rewards. But 134 will definitely be a partial target or a full TP. So yeah, that is the plan. Looking for the next high low for another push into the resistance. And AUSD, I haven't actually looked at AUSD today. This one's a mess, to be fair. It broke out of its corrective channel. I was looking for price to continue its path to the downside and come back into the lows here. But it looks like we're breaking back above the corrective channel. So this price action is awful. Looks like price has come back to respect the support. Maybe we could be seeing a push back to the level here. I'm not really seeing any good opportunities to buy the pair right now. I mean, I suppose the break and retest here is not bad, but obviously we do have the trend line running through the market, which is a slight red flag, but it's playing out. So with AUSD, maybe some lower time frame trades here on the pullbacks, buying that momentum to the upside there. Taking advantage of these pullbacks here on the low time frames. I'm not really a big fan of it, to be fair. Personally, I'm just leaving AUSD alone until I get some better quality and some more momentum. Because again, the corrective price action is still kind of here. Haven't really seen good momentum come through in the market at all. So that's kind of the main thing I'm looking for and waiting for. But yeah, AUSD is looking bullish, just like we're breaking back above that trend line. So I would expect upside, but I'm not really seeing solid opportunities to actually buy the pair. So my biggest advice would probably let it be. We got some news in about an hour and a half for dollar. Not the smartest decision getting in right now before the news comes out. So it might be best just to wait to see what happens in the news, reanalyze again next like half an hour to an hour's time after the news has happened. And then we can go again. But yeah, I will be live just after the news has happened. So after the news has happened, I think Trader Nick will be covering the news. And I'll be in just after that. So, I'll share you my opinions. We'll probably take a look at AUSD on the stream as well there. So yeah, guys, make sure you go check out the stream. I'll post a link to the stream in the Telegram when it comes out. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream, sharing the love, dropping a like, subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed and recently liked the video. I do really appreciate it. Hit the bell if you haven't done it already as well, so don't miss out on any streams uploads in the future. But yeah, guys, have a fantastic day. Watch out for the news. Like I said, an hour and 30 minutes, we've got the news coming out, so do be aware if you need trades. Look to manage those trades a little bit with the news coming out. But yeah, thank you so much to my moderators as well for coming onto the stream. Poppy, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Rav D as well. Hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I hope I see you shortly.